Good evening, everyone. Welcome all. So we'll start within 2 to 3 minutes as like we are waiting for some more students to join, and then we can start. Okay, so I guess we can start now. First of all, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Learn and Build. Myself, Mukul Chandalya, and I'm working as a research engineer at TechInst. So let me give you a brief introduction about our company first of all, and then we can proceed with the procedure that you have to follow to get your internship, basically. Okay. So as I told you, uh, okay, just one, just one. Yeah. Okay. So I guess we can continue now. So as I told you about that, let me give you a brief introduction about our company, which is Techiness. Techiness is the parent company which has a vertical section called as Learn and Build, which completely focuses on the problem of employability. Okay, what employability means here basically, like you are, I guess, all college students, and you don't have that much skills which is required in the industry. Today, the main problem is that everyone is lacking those skills. You have your college curriculum, which is not enough to get a dream job, or which is not enough to get a dream package for you guys. So here we are to cover up that bridge or to fill that gap between the industry and your skills, basically. So we start from scratch, and we do have a experience of more than 10 plus years. Like we are training students for more than 10 plus years in these domains only, which is like IoT, machine learning, cloud computing, Java, and all the latest technologies, basically, including the artificial intelligence. So this is a thing that we are doing, and we have seen the problems that students face while going for an interview. So we have to focus basically on everything: the technical part, the communication part, how you present yourself. So we have an overall process so that you can achieve whatever you want, especially in the domain of technology. Today's session is basically about the three domains. One is the IoT, second one is the coding part, and the third one is mobile app development. Okay, so I'll give you a brief idea of all three of them. So starting with coding. So how many of you, just if you can write down in the chat box, how many are from first year, second year, or third year? Those who are looking for internship. And I just want you to be interactive. I want your comments to be there. And like there are some comments on YouTube as well. Yeah. First year, second year. Okay. So majorly, I guess from first year and second year, right? So I hope that you guys know what is the advantage of learning coding. And here coding does not means to learn any particular language, Java, Python. Coding here means to learn or to develop the ability of logic solving, basically, or to creating those logic to solve any particular problem. Okay, there is a misconception within the students that I know coding, that means I should learn any programming language. That is also a necessary part, but programming language come as a secondary part. The first thing that you need to develop is how to solve any problem. If you go to Pravesh from mobile app development domain, okay, Pravesh, no issues. We do have all the students here, IoT, mobile app development, and coding as well. So yeah, I was telling you the coding part. So there is a misconception with the student that coding is only related to the programming language, which is also a necessary part, but that is a secondary part. Before learning any programming language, you should have the ability to solve any problem, to write a pseudocode. What will be your approach to solve any given problem? Okay, if you go to any MNC basically, okay, so they will give you questions and they try to figure it out that you're able to solve that problem or not. There is no language foundation. They will provide you any option, like they will give you a choice whether you want to code in Python, you want to code in Java, C, or any programming language. There is no language foundation with the problem statement. The main thing that they figure out is how you're solving that problem. What is the approach of you guys to solve that particular problem? Language definitely comes with the coding part, but that at the secondary level. So the first part that we have to learn, that we have to focus on, is how we can solve these problem statements. Okay, how we can solve any problem, whether it is related to the real world problems, or you might use OOPS, you might use Java. And if you want to like develop some products, then you go for web development, mobile app development. Then you can jump onto Python, machine learning, AI, all of that. But the base always starts from the coding. Okay, that's why I've taken the coding as the first topic in today's session. So for the coding part, you might be learning about C and these type of languages. Okay, we take it as C as the mother of languages. So it is necessary for all of you guys to learn about C, whether you are from a coding domain or no code domain. We do have two separate domains, which is called like the domains which require the coding and the programming part. IoT, machine learning, artificial intelligence, Java, web development. These are the domains which definitely requires the coding part or the programming part. And on the other hand, we do have some domains which does not require the coding part, or they require some less coding part. For example, DevOps is there, or cloud computing is there. But if you have a knowledge about, like if you have some sort of knowledge about any of the programming language, it will be beneficial for you guys to learn new technologies as well. Suppose you know about C and C++. Till now, if you're in first, second, or third year, you may have learned about the C or C++ or OOPS, I guess. Okay. If you have a command on any of these languages, you can learn any of the technology very easily. Okay. It will be easier for you guys to grab that technology or to grab information about the new language. If you talk about for mobile app development, you can learn Java, Kotlin, Dart, Swift is there. For website development, you might work on HTML, CSS, JS, Python. You can also use Mern. You can use. So it will be easier for you guys if you have a base of any programming language. Got it? So this is why coding is necessary for any technical domain. If you're going into non-tech domain, then you can definitely skip it. But if you're talking about the technical domain, you should learn about languages. Even if you're going into a MNC or any of the company, they assume that you know about these programming languages. Clear? So for the coding domain, I'll also give you the roadmap of what we are going to do in during your internship. What will be the procedure of test, how you can get the opportunity to get the free internship, and all of that. Okay. So this was about the coding part. Second, I'll jump onto the IoT. Okay. So if you talk about the IoT, which is the Internet of Things, you all are surrounded with these devices. If you talk about Alexa, Google Assistant, every device, smart watches, smartphones, every device is sort of loaded with these IoT components, directly or indirectly, basically. It might be a completely IoT device, which is single-handedly called as IoT device. It could be a device which contains some IoT section. For example, your mobile phone. That is not an embedded device or IoT device. It's a complete system, basically. Okay, but it contains some elements of IoT and embedded system. Okay, so every other industry is shifting onto IoT. That is why it isn't so much trend. If you talk about IBM, Amazon, every company is shifting onto IoT. That means they want automation, whether using your mobile app, voice commands, mobile applications, websites. That means you can remotely access any of the device, including the cloud. So basically, IoT contains everything: the hardware part, the internet connectivity, the cloud, data management, each and everything, Internet of Things. So what things here define basically what a device is. The device that you are using to transmit that data, to receive that data. That device which can basically make your work easy. If you talk about the Alexa, okay, you can talk to Alexa, you can command Alexa to do something like to play song, and that too remotely. Okay, there are some devices that is based on Bluetooth, which requires a specific range. There are some devices which is based on internet or Wi-Fi that does not require any range. You can remotely control them from anywhere. Electrical vehicles, they are using IoT updates. They are using updates, OTA, that is called the over-the-air updates. So if you talk about manufacturing part, if you talk about the automobile industry, you talk about robotics, you talk about spacecraft, you talk about medical field, you talk about agriculture. So it is actually everywhere. It is actually everywhere. There's not a single domain which is not using embedded system or IoT in today's time. Even if you want to upload data over the cloud, you have to use the devices, you have to use the hardware, which is based on embedded system and IoT. So at the end, you definitely have to use the embedded devices or the IoT devices, right? So that is why this domain is also very important, and it is definitely trending. You might use these technologies or these devices into your domains as well. Okay, now let's come to the third part, which is the mobile application development. Okay, again, it is trending. As I told you, these are the technologies that these are trending. Why so? Because everyone requires an application now. Because it is much easier to use your mobile phone to jump onto any application, and you can control anything. You can listen to music, you can order your food, you can order anything. You can do shoppings. Everything is there on the mobile application. So let's say I took the example of coding. So if you want to code on a mobile phone, you will have to install one app so that you can write Python codes, you can write Java codes, you can write Dart codes, or any of the code. You will require the application. Then if I talk about the IoT part, so to control those devices that I told you, if you for Alexa, you have to install one application for the Alexa. If you purchase any smartwatch, you have to download one specific application. So for each and everything, as I told you, IoT is also there in each and every industry. Similarly, mobile app development or the mobile application are also there in each and every industry. If you let's say mobile, Even if you want to generate a call from your application, you will require a phone application. Is there any internship in Python or data engineering or data analyst? Not, Sushant, there is no internship only for Python. We do have a data science domain. So not the data engineer or the specifically data analyst, but we do have data science with machine learning and artificial intelligence. Okay, so we do have these domains as well. Okay, so yeah, as I told you about the mobile app development, so every field or every domain requires these mobile applications. Today we are generating applications for these farmers as well, so that they'll be easier for you guys. Sankalp, yes, you can change your domain. You can change your domain. What is data mining? Any internship of cyber security or cyber forensic? I don't think so that right now we are providing cyber security, but we do have this domain as well. I'm not sure about the internship part, but yes, we do have some thing related to cyber security. We do have experts for cyber security as well. Sankal, we just need to contact with the management team with us, and they'll be very easily change your domain. Can I change to AI ML domain? Yes, yes, Serena. Serena, I guess you were there in IoT. I guess so. I'm not sure about, but I have heard your name as well. Like I do. Okay, Serena. I hope you remember me. Okay, we do have yeah, Serena. So welcome again, Serena. Suraj, we do have domains like more than 14 to 15 domains. IoT and robotics are same internship as I had applied for robotics. No, now actually what happens, the base of robotics and IoT are same. You need to start with you need to start with the embedded system first of all. You need to learn what embedded system is. Then you can jump on to robotics and IoT. So these are two different domains. If you have applied for robotics, yes, we have given the common name as IoT and robotics, but if you have applied for robotics, you will definitely learn about robotics. But the base start from embedded system only. So after completing mobile app development internship, cloud computing internship. Acha, guys, give me just 5 more minutes, and then I'll take your doubts. Okay, just give me 5 more minutes. Let me just finish what I need to tell you. What will be the complete procedure that you have to follow for the internship. Okay, then I'll take your doubts. Just give me 5 more minutes. Yeah, this is about all the three domains: IoT, app development, and the coding part. Now, what will be the roadmap that you have to follow? Let me just give me 1 minute. I'll show you one. Yeah. So here is the image. Yeah. I hope the screen is visible to all guys. Yeah, Pravesh, I was just okay. The image is visible. Yeah. So as I told you about the all the three technologies, which is related to all the students that are present here today. So this is the roadmap that we have to follow. Starting with choosing your technology, that will be the first step. So if you're looking for an internship, what you have to follow basically the technology that you want to work upon. Like you're asking me to change the domain. So the first step that you have to follow is you need to decide what technology that you want to work upon. It could be a full stack, it could be IoT, app development, coding, cloud computing, web development, anything basically. Okay, the first step that you have to follow is you need to follow these steps. Step one is choosing your technology. After step one, after selecting your domain or after selecting your technology, you can select an industry which works on this technology. Okay, you can also switch these steps, like step one, step two. First of all, like you can reverse this selection as well. You can select the industry first of all, but there is one problem with that thing. There might be a chance that industry might work or might not work on that technology, right? Like if you select the technology first, so full stack development, so these are the industry that works on full stack development, or they use these technology for their development. It could be a sub part, like this fintech is selected over here. So fintech might use mobile app development, might use full stack development, might use IoT as well, and might use cloud computing as well. So one industry can have multiple technologies, multiple choices. So this one industry could have multiple technologies. So that is why the first step that you have to follow, the first thing that you need to select is the technology that you want to work on. Like in first year, second year, third year, there might be a chance that you are confused whether to go for mobile app development. But every domain has its own importance and has their own, what do you say, high packages. Okay, you do not have to worry, sir. Like I do have questions of students, sir, mobile app development में ज़्यादा scope है क्या, या cloud computing में ज़्यादा scope है क्या? There's nothing like that. Every domain has its own importance. Mobile app development has its own importance because every field requires mobile app development. IoT has its own importance because every industry is shifting onto automation and every industry want to store their data on cloud. If you want to store data using hardware on the cloud, you for the hardware part you need to learn IoT, and for the cloud part you need to learn cloud computing. Okay, so there's no need to get confused between these technologies or between these domains. You are in the learning process, you are at the stage of learning. So what you can do is just select any of the technology and according to that select your industry, and we will help you doing that. Then after selecting the industry, the third and the most important part comes, which says pick a use case. Now, what a use case is here, if you're getting confused, what a use case defines here is basically the practical implementation of what you are learning. You might do some practicals, you might do some projects related to your domain or related to your technology, which you are also doing in your colleges. But that is not enough. For let's say, let's take an example of IoT. You might turn on LED using a simple mobile application or using Google Assistant or Alexa. Or if you talk about the coding part, you might create some base projects of like currency conversion, sending emails, or all these things. But if you want to enter in the industry, you should learn how these industries work basically. So this use case, we will provide you these use cases of specific companies, of these specific industries. Okay, let's take one example, that if you are connected with any of the company, let's say HCL or any of the company. So we will provide you mentors from HCL, which will guide you for the or which will guide you about the project that he or his company is working upon. So which will definitely include both minor and major project. And on the basis of that major project, you have to write one blog, some assignments, and at the end of the internship, you have to give a video presentation. I'll tell you about that thing as well. But right now, I'm telling you about the use cases. This is one thing which students lack. Like you might know how to develop a website, but you have no idea what going on inside the industry, what going on at the industrial level. So for that, you have to contact a industry person, or you have to contact a experienced person which is already working in these domains, which is already working on these live projects. How Hotstar is working, how Google is working, how your YouTube is working, how the Zoom meeting is working, what is the load, how they're handling the both network part, controlling all the data that they're getting, recording these meetings, each and everything. So they are doing these things at a very large scale. Got it. So you need to work with these, or you need guidance of these mentors, so that you have a brief idea before entering into the industry, that what is going on inside the industry, because that is one thing which will definitely help you to get into your dream company, or to get your dream domain, or your dream salary, or dream package, basically. Okay, so these are the three steps which everyone needs to follow, not in the domain of technology only, even in the non-tech. First of all, you need to decide that what you actually want to do, what will be the course, or what will be the technology that you want to select. After that, selecting the industry, in which industry you want to enter. Like after learning IoT, or after learning embedded system, you can jump into any industry. There are multiple industries which are working on embedded system and IoT. It could be a manufacturing industry, it could be automobile industry, it could be a space industry, it could be medical field. So according to that, you can select your industries. Okay. Harshit, not high performance systems are required in app development. No, this is not a necessity, but yeah, it might help you. Okay, so let's say you took a name of mobile app development, or the app development. So the internship that we are providing for the mobile app development is based on Flutter. Okay, what are the benefits of using Flutter? Basically, you can create applications for both both iOS and the Android. But if you want to create an application only for Android, you should learn Java and Kotlin. If you want to create application for iOS, you should learn Swift, C Sharp, and different. So basically, creating application for two different platforms require different languages, different processes. But why we have opt for the mobile app, or the Flutter part for the mobile application development? Because using Flutter, you can create application for both the platform using a single code base. Definitely, you need to change some properties, some minute changes. There might be some major changes as well. But with the help of a single code base, you do not have to write a code separately for iOS. So this is the benefit of using Flutter. And there are some applications, for example, Google Ads, Google Pay. These are some famous applications which are working on Flutter. Not every application, but yes, they are also shifting on the Flutter, uh, removing Java and Kotlin from the app development. So Flutter is definitely has high chances of overcoming all these different languages. It uses Dart as a programming language to select the process, or to write down the code. So this is why we have chosen Flutter, and we are not working on the Android develop or Java and Kotlin. We are directly working on the Flutter with Dart language. Okay. Yes, Flutter apps are stable, Arshit. There is no problem with it. As I gave you the examples of Flutter app, those are actually working on the Flutter app, which is Google Ads and Google Pay. These are two very famous applications that are working on Flutter. Okay, so like these are the process, and what will be your timeline, what you have to follow, what will be the timeline that you have to follow, starting with like from the day when you're no, Jala, this is not a paid internship. It is entirely free internship. There is no hidden charges, there's no nothing. It is entirely a free internship for you guys. Okay, so starting with the day zero, as you enter into your domain, you have to write down a blog. Now, what a blog is, as I told you, to enter an industry, you should have knowledge about every domain, or everything. Everything means the technology that you want to work upon, your communication skills, your presentation skills. So we will